Greetings. Today in this video session we are going to discuss about the network types. That is the third topic, network types. So as far as this network types is concerned, generally it is classified into three categories. One is called LAN, that is local area network, and second one is called as a MAN, or that is we can say that it is a metropolitan area network, and third one is WAN, that is a wide area network. These are the three different categories are available in the case of network types, but generally we won't focus more towards MAN because it is a little bit extended version of LAN and the lower version compared to MAN. That is lower version compared to wide area network. So we will focus more towards local area network as well as wide area network. So what is the meaning of network? We know. So network is nothing but the connecting of multiple electronic devices to share the information. That is the reason why different devices are connected together for increasing the performance or sharing the information between the devices. But here what is local area network or what is LAN? So LAN is also privately owned and connected some host in a single office, building or campus. So for a single office or a particular building, we wanted to create a network with less number of hosts. We know very well what is host. The systems or the computer machines are called as a host, whether it may be a sender or it may be a receiver. Combinedly it is called as a host. If you want to make a communication between the system, that is less number of system, we can create a local area network. That is the reason why it is mentioned for single office or a single building or a single campus. Within a limited area you wanted to create a network, then you can go for local area network. So it is purely depends on the organization. So if the organization is available in only one place, then we can go for LAN. So LAN can be a simple solution for creating or connecting a system. So for example, here it has been mentioned to connect a simple two PCs, that is personal computers with printer, and we can consider as a simple home office. So it can be possible, then that is called as a LAN. And later on, if you feel that wanted to add some more system, that can be extended and it can be included audio and video devices. Any devices can be interconnected in a small group. So we know very well it is nothing but another way of network connecting all the electronic devices. The LAN in the sense that it is focusing only less area or less number of devices can be connected together, then it is comes under the category of LAN. So each host in a LAN, so that means each host means each machine or each electronic devices which is available in the LAN will have a identifier. Identifier in the sense it is a nothing but address. So that address is uniquely defined the host in the LAN. For example, I am having two system and one printer connected together, and there are totally three number of devices are available. Each and every device will be having a unique identifier or unique address, so that only without any confusion we can make a communication. So that is the requirement for LAN. So each and every machine will have a unique identifier, or we can say it is a address. By that address or by that unique identifier only we can able to transfer the information between the devices. So here a packet sent by a host or the sender to another host, that is should carry the host address as well as the destination address. For example, we wanted to send information from one machine to another machine. The sender should take its own address, that is the sender address, as well as to whom it is going to forward the information, that is a destination machine address. These two should be available along with the packet. So the information is divided into small module. That module is considered as a packet here. So entire information, for example, I wanted to send 1 MBPS data means, then the total 1 MBPS will be divided, or 10 GB or 1 GB, whatever it may be the amount of data I am going to forward, that will be divided into smaller portion, that is nothing but a packet. So each and every packet should have a source address as well as a destination address. Here source address represent the sender address, the destination address is nothing but that is a source address and destination address, and both should be available along with the packet. So that is the concept behind this local area network. See here in this example, there are the arrangement, or we can say the topology of this local area network. So this is for specific this type of network. So you can arrange, we have discussed the physical arrangement or topology of the network in previous session. So where we can use any type of topology can be used for making a devices to be arranged. So as far as this local area network is concerned, here you can see that there are 12 number of systems are interconnected by using a bus topology, as well as it is connected with hub. So what is hub? So it is nothing but the star topology, is it not? So here this star topology will be having a central controller. So if for example assume that this machine or this system wanted to communicate some information to this system, then it has to forward this request to this hub central controller. Then this central controller will pass the information to this system. So there is no direct contact between this system to this system. So this is one type of network. So here this 12 system may be available in the same building or in the same area. So that is the reason why it is considered as a local area network. So here the less number of systems also there, and it covers or all the system, 12 systems are available in the same location or the same area or same building. Then we can go for local area network. So this is the first network type, LAN, that is nothing but local area network. Then what is the second one? So I told it is a extended version of LAN and lesser than WAN. So it is nothing but metropolitan area network. By the name itself you can easily understand that it is for covering a small cities. So here we don't want to spend more amount for wide area network. So if you want to cover the system which is available within the city, then we can go for metropolitan area network. This is the simple arrangement. So here this is one LAN. So there are 3 LANs are there, and these 3 LANs are interconnected with, that is MAN, that is a metropolitan area network, and in turn it will be connected with central server. So server may be any type, video or audio, whatever may be whatever the content which is available in this server can be shared through this metropolitan area network by these LANs. So here this is one building. For example, this may be available in one location of the city, and this building, this location is available in another location of the city, and this may be available in another location of the city. So all these 3 that is locations can be interconnected by using a metropolitan area network. In turn it will be connected to the server for process the information. So a MAN is much larger than standard LAN, that is a local area network, but it is not as large as WAN. It is a lesser than wide area network. So MAN is commonly used in school campuses and large companies with multiple buildings. So for example, a school is having 3 branches. So these 3 branches will be interconnected by using a metropolitan area network. Or 3 companies can be interconnected, or there are or we can say that it is having the larger company will be having branches in different location. All these branches are connected together by using a metropolitan area network. So here it is larger than LAN but lesser than, that is smaller than wide area network. This is the second category. And third category is very important, what we are using now. We are always using about internet, is it not? So here the backbone of internet is wide area network. So here It is nothing but an interconnection of devices capable of communication. WAN is also for that. You can have multiple number of LANs can be connected together by using a wide area network. So it covers a geographical area spanning a town, state, country, or even the world. The entire world can be interconnected by using a wide area network. So here the basic differences between LAN and WAN. A LAN is normally limited in size, spanning an office, a building or campus. But here the WAN will cover the geographical area, larger space, the spanning a very big town. And the entire state, for example, the entire Tamil Nadu systems can be interconnected, right? The police people will be having a station in each and every thing, and that can be interconnected together. And a country, right? All the system which is available in the country, that can be interconnected together. So whatever the system which is available in the entire world can be interconnected by using wide area network. So a LAN interconnect host, a WAN interconnect connecting devices such as switches, routers and modems. Because simply we cannot, for example, a system is available in India and the another system is available in US. If you want to make a connection between these two devices without switches, routers or modems, we cannot able to establish a communication. Is it not? So here, so the LAN interconnect by using a cable we can interconnect two system, but we cannot use by using a cable we cannot interconnect the system which is available under WAN, because it covers a geographical area. That's why I told one system is available in India and another system is available in US. How it can be interconnected by using a cable? It is not possible, because we may be using a wired in certain level and certain level we can use for wireless communication also. So for that we are going to use switches, routers and modems. We will discuss about these things later on. And here this wide area network will be using two different methods for interconnecting devices. Either it can go for switched WAN or it can be uses point to point WAN. So here, as far as point to point wide area network is concerned, so it connected with the modems, and here the source machine is also connected with modem and destination machine is also connected with the internet service provider. Modem in terms of internet service provider. So only two connections are needed. So one is connection between this point to point network, or we can say that point to point protocol with internet service provider, and then point to point protocol with the system which is available in the source location. So only two connection is enough for making a communication between the service provider to the host. So here this point to point WAN will use a ISP, internet service provider. Through the modem we are going to access the data, and here the communication between you and ISP or the system, you means the system, with ISP can be using a point to point protocol. So this is a simple mechanism in which we can directly connect our computer to the internet service provider. With the simply two connections we can establish a communication with WAN. The other one is switched wide area network, where we will be having so many number of switches, because we know very well that the routers and switches are very essential in wide area network. So here the switches are nothing but we wanted to store the information and forward. For example, A is sending some information to B. So first it has to identify, the responsibility of the router is identify which one is the shortest path, whether this is the shortest path or this is the shortest path. As far as this example is concerned, both having same number of nodes. So for example, if A wanted to send some information to B, then it has to cross 4 switches. So here also it has to cross 4 switches. So the router will select either this path or this path. So if this path is heavily congested, then the system will forward information by using this path. And here we are using a switches. The reason, because if this switches is overloaded, then whatever the information which is forwarded by this this system will be dropped. So that is the reason why we are using switches here. What is the advantage of switches? It will store and forward. Whatever the information which is forwarded by this machine A will be stored in this switch, and whenever it is free, that time it will forward the information to another switch. So like that it will have the capability of storing and forwarding the information. That is the reason why we are using switched wide area network, because in point to point there may be a possibility that the data may be lost, but in the case of switched WAN the data cannot be lost, because we are storing and forwarding the information to the destination. And here this is a expanded that is information regarding this wide area network which uses switches. The architecture is same. So here we will be having two things. One is DTE, that is data terminal equipment, and another one is data communication equipment. So what is the meaning of data terminal equipment? The terminal equipment are nothing but the sender and receiver, and you will be having a data communication equipment. So DCE is nothing but data communication equipment. This communication equipment is nothing but a modem. So whatever the information which is forwarded by this DTE will be converted according to the there is analog to digital signal, and then it will be handed over to switches. So it will be converting. You are here, if the suppose I am using a wireless medium, so here it will be in the form of analog medium, and this modem will convert this analog signal to digital, and then it will communicate through this switches. And for example, I wanted to send, this machine wanted to send some information here. So here what it will do is, it will perform a modulation. What it is doing, it convert the analog signal to digital signal, and it will be transmitted here. Up to this the information will be in the form of digital. After receiving this information, here the demodulator or demodulation will be performed. That is data communication equipment will perform a demodulation which convert the digital signal to analog signal, and then it will hand over to this DTE, that is data terminal equipment, that is nothing but the receiver. So in this way this wide area network will be functioning. So here this wide area network can be arranged in two ways. One is by using a point to point protocol, or by using a switched that is WAN. And these are the basic differences between LAN and WAN. So we know very well LAN stands for local area network and WAN stands for wide area network. So here LAN can be, ownership is private. Why we are saying private? In a single small premises owned by a single person, or private network can be formed by connecting two devices. We can form a private network. Here WAN's ownership can be a private or it can be a public. So when you say public, it is accessing from other country also, is it not? That is the reason why it is mentioned as public. The speed of LAN is high because it is covering only limited area. The transmission, the data transmission between the system will be very high. But the case of WAN, it is taking country to country. For example, I am sending information from India to US, means then it is taking more time. That means it is slower than LAN. And the propagation delay is short in the case of LAN. What is propagation delay? What is propagation delay? We have discussed about there are two different category under propagation delay, is it not? So here the delay will be either the propagation is the transit time as well as the time which is going to take response time. These two are coming under the category of propagation delay. The you know the difference between transit and there is a one is the transit time and another one is the response time. So here the transit as well as the response time will be short, but in the case of WAN it will be taking more because it has to process so many number of switches and routers, then only it can reach at the destination. But here we don't have any switches and routers. It is connecting interconnection of devices directly, so that the propagation delay will be short. and there is no congestion in LAN. So here the traffic congestion will not be there in the case of LAN, but there is more congestion in the case of WAN. That is the reason why we are using switches, because if the congestion is there, we are going to store the packet in the switches and then only we are forwarding. So to avoid a data loss. And here the LAN is having more fault tolerance, but in the case of WAN it is having a less fault tolerance, because we can easily identify where the fault occurs. We can easily detect the fault and we can rectify. But in the case of WAN it will take more time. That is the reason why it is having a less fault tolerance in WAN. And maintaining as well as designing LAN is very simple, but in the case of WAN it is very difficult for designing as well as maintenance purpose. And LAN covers small area, but WAN covers large geographical area. And here the transmission medium which we are using in LAN is simply coaxial cable, that is a cable wire, or UTP cable can be used. We will discuss what is UTP and all later on, right? Unshielded twisted pair is called as a pair cable, is called as a UTP. So either we can go for a coaxial cable or UTP cable. But whereas in the case of wide area network, it uses PSTN, that is public switch telephone network, or satellite link. For example, I wanted to communicate from India to US. For that I cannot use coaxial or UTP cable. For that I need a satellite link between the communication, to establish a communication between the system available in India to US. Or we can, in certain level it should be satellite, and after that we can use a public switch telephone network, that is the cable network which can be used for establishing a communication. So these are the basic differences between LAN and WAN. And another important thing is, either it may be a LAN or it may be a WAN, it can be interconnected together. That is the reason why connecting all type of networks together is called as a internetwork. So in this example, assume that there is a LAN available in the East Coast office. This is one location where the LAN is available, and in other end, that is in West Coast office, another LAN is there. So these two LANs are connected by using point to point WAN. That is also possible. So LAN is one type of network, WAN is another type of network. These two type of network can be interconnected together. That is the reason why we are saying it is a internetwork. So each office has a LAN that allow all employees in the office to communicate with each other. So the employee of this user can able to establish a communication with this user. That is possible. To make the communication between the employees or different offices possible, the management leases a point-to-point dedicated WAN for a service provider. So if suppose here, for example, this user wanted to establish a communication here, then this router won't allow to pass the information from this R1. So because the sender as well as receiver is available within the local area network itself. Whatever the request, that will be coming to the router. So this router, what it will do, if sender is available within the network, it will deny. If the sender is available in other network, then it will identify the route to forward the packet to the destination network. So in this way, this internet working can be functioning. So here what we have discussed, we discussed what is under the network type, what is local area network, and what is metropolitan area network MAN, and what is wide area network WAN, and how to interconnect these type of networks together by using internet work. And thank you.